All right, you're just in time for eBay unboxing. All right, we'll do this in fast motion. All right, so I took a chance on this because I thought there might be a chance that this could be real gold. This is a pendant, and it's of Saint Joan of Arc. It says to the left, Saint Jean d'Arc, and there's a actual like right there, a raised mark right over on this part behind her shoulder of a metal creator. I guess the person that created the metal or struck the metal or designed it. And so I wasn't sure. I was like, all right, let's bid on it. I waited 7 days for the auction to end, and I believe this is real gold. I saw a hole mark. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let's move the loop. And it could be gold plated, but let's go ahead. And I don't know if you can see that, but right here on the loop is some kind of markings. And it's French. I do know this is French for sure, but I can't tell for sure if this is actually gold or gold plated. Now I did a test, and I'll show you the results. Now this is really beautiful. I just can't get over how beautiful this is. Look at that. Do you see that? That is actually quite lovely. And I'm trying to get in there to show you that mark. I don't know if you can see the marks right there on the loop that holds the bale. There are marks, but I cannot read it with my loop even. It's really distorted. All right, so about 20 minutes ago, this is 9-carat test right here. And I mean, this has been sitting here for like over 20 minutes. So that is a 9-carat, these two spots right here. You can see gold under it. Then I went up to 10, and you see just a little bit of gold remaining under there. Then I did 14, and you still see some gold under there. But I can't tell. That's 9K right there. And that's 9K right here. And you still see there is, the lighting is very, very bad. I'm trying to zoom out to show you guys. It's really hard to tell with these testing kits if you're not a jeweler or an expert. But you can see some gold left behind. So I'm going to guess it's at least 9-carat plated. We do see some gold left behind on the top 14-carat. This is 10, the second from the top. This is 9. And this is 9. But yeah, it's really hard to tell. And so again, these markings, I'm trying to zoom in, but my camera is never very good at zooming in and doing close macro shots. But you see 2 stamps on there. And when I looked at it with a loop, I really could not make out what that said. But why would they bother? If this was brass, if this was a brass pendant, why would they bother to mark it? I've seen a lot of religious aluminum metals or some kind of like brass plated metals that do not have any markings at all on the loop, and it's just there. I mean, it's just a metal and there's nothing else. But why would they bother to mark this? So let's go ahead. Okay. Oh, you see, I'm telling you, the zoom function on this camera is absolutely appalling. Does anybody recognize that? And let me just move the loop over. Hold on. Sometimes you got to move these loops out of the way. I'm just gonna, okay. Let's try to see. Does any of you out there recognize this? Now, it did not mark as silver. Now, I thought this maybe would be silver, gold plated over silver, but it did not come up for silver at all. So I'm going to guess that this is either 9-carat gold filled or 9-carat gold. What do you think? Write in the comments below if you're an expert on these sort of things. Now, I went into a bid war on this, and I shouldn't have, but I was just taking the chance that it could possibly be 18-karat golds. A lot of these medallions of Joan of Arc, which by the way was made during the year of her canonization, which was 1920, are a lot of 18-karat. Now I do notice also a lot of gold-plated versions of these, and they're still actually quite pricey. So at $42, at least I get my money back, and if not, then some. Okay, it's bothering the hell out of me. I'm playing around with this thing to, like, you could still see, I don't know, you could still see there's gold left behind, without a doubt. Even on the 10K, that's 10K. You can see, I mean, if it was not gold, it would have disappeared with the acid. That's 9K. and that is 9K. Let's take a look at it in different lighting. I mean, you can see it's still there. And that one is the 10K. And this one is the 14K. So that's really quite odd. All right, I guess we'll never know. So again, shameless begging for professional help. If you are a jeweler or somebody who's actually really well versed in jewelry, if you can tell me if that's plated or if this is real, probably 9K gold, slightly higher, please let me know. Again, the markings are there. There are markings, and it looks like a number. And I think like 3 something, 375, something like that. And I found out 375 equals to 9 karat gold, but it's very hard to make this out. Let's try one more time before we go on and look at the comparables of pieces like this that are gold and not gold. There we go. Oh my God, this camera is just terrible for focusing. I don't know. Can you even see that? But it looks like there's numbers on here. Do you see that? And it might be a jeweler actual stamping on there. Let's go ahead and go in this direction. Sometimes depending on what direction you look in, the markings will actually be more discernible. And there we go. Let's go ahead one more time. Look at it from this angle. And I don't know if any of you guys are able to see this. So if you're a jeweler, please help me out. All right, so let's look at it outside to try to get a better perspective in the lighting. And if you're a jeweler, again, please help me. I don't know, can you even see that? Oh my God, my camera is terrible at focusing. But there we go. There's one side. And let's flip it over to the other. And it's really, really beautiful. On the back, it says 1412, 1451. And it says Jesus, Maria, with the shield, I believe, of Joan of Arc when she was on her battles. Very, very interesting. Let's get in there close. I don't see any markings on the back of the bale. Let's try to look at this again now in the light. Do you guys see anything that you recognize? If you do, please write it in the comments below. Alright, so apparently on the Garrett Ace 300 metal detector cheat sheet, which you're going to see on the left, apparently on the actual machine, it tells you gold is in like the middle, but on the cheat sheet it says like 77, and it consecutively rang up in the 77 to 79 range. So I'm going to guess this is gold. Now silver would have rang up much higher in the 90s. And so I'm really thinking this is gold, probably a low carat. So what do you think? Write it in the comments below. Let's look at some comparables and what these sell for. Okay, there was a famous jeweler around the time that this metal was made by the name of Becker. And if this was 18 karat gold, now he made a lot of different religious metals. Some of them would be marked Becker on it or a symbol. I think mine might be a Becker piece. And if it was really 18 karat gold, it would be worth about this, $1,673.34, but I highly doubt it. Now, I'm trying to look at the markings, if it has any markings on the clasp, and I don't see any in this picture, but man, oh man, if this was 18 karat gold, boys and girls, we would be sitting pretty. We'd really be sitting pretty if it was 18 karat gold. And this one's selling for $598.35. Well, what can you do? You know, you can't win them all. But I think I might have gold. I don't know. What do you say in the comments below? Help me out here. Let's check out. Oh, okay. There we go. Now here's another one, most likely made by Edmund Becker. He did a lot of religious themed jewelry. And this one being sold for actually this item is sold out for $556.97, but it is 14 karat gold. Let's look at the little video. And yeah, oh, what a pity. What a pity. What a darn pity. Does it have any markings on it? I'm trying to see. I'm like looking on that bale, and I don't think I see any more. Oh, yes, there's a little stamp like right here in there, but I think that's the French gold eagle, which would actually tell you you had, yeah, 18 karat gold. And again, if I was a lucky person, $1,380.83 for a Becker medal, or medallion or pendant, 18 karat gold. And yeah, does it have the marking? And that would be the marking that you would see right by the bale. And I don't know. I looked through the loop and I couldn't see if it looked exactly like that. And my metal detector did pick it up as gold, so it's gold something. Now, if it was actually silver, it would still be worth $249, as you can see here. And they did have a marking right there on the bale, as you can see. The person said in the description that that was damage, but no, it's a hallmark. And it's still, I think we're still in the money after paying $42. And yet, here's another one that's going for $350, and it is sterling silver. And let's see, does it have the markings on the bale? Yes, I do see something impressed in that bale, like a French marking. And again, these are very collectible. These antique medallions with saints on them. And this one is really beautiful at $350. I mean, even a plaque that's made out of brass is selling for $400 with Joan of Arc's likeness on it. And this one is actually quite small. This one was done by an artist by the name of Emile Dropsy. And you can see his name etched into there. This is a locket being sold for $155. And it doesn't say that it's precious metal. And so, I mean, even if it's aluminum, yeah, it doesn't have any kind of hole marking. Let's read the description. $155, and it does not say if it's precious metal or not. It just says metal. And yeah, okay. And this is the Art Nouveau period to 1920. $155. Now, if it was a Dropsy, an Emile Dropsy, and it was 18 karat gold, I'd really be in the money, boys and girls. But apparently, I'm not. And this sort of sucks. But what could you do? What could you do? Let's look at the little video. I love watching these little videos. And look at the shine. Nice and shine. And the front and the back of this. And I'm sorry, I'm filming my computer screen. So here's a 1920 silver version from her canonization. You see the year 1920 being sold for $325. Let's see what's on the back. Very similar to mine. Yeah, it's a lot like that shield. Very, very pretty. And yeah, this one's going for $325 doll hairs. And I just noticed it has the same mark as mine. The same exact mark. You see that little raised mark right there? Mine has that same mark. So this was made by the same exact designer. And I'm trying to figure out who the designer was. And I don't see it in the seller's description, unfortunately. So now we find a gold-filled one and selling for $199. So the price is still there. The price is definitely still there. This one was made by Tyroc and another French medalist. They made medals and then they turned them into jewelry. And if it was gold-plated, it would have the words FIX on it. Mine does not have the words FIX on it. So this is quite interesting. And this is, again, $199. Read it and weep, boys and girls. So if it was 18 karat gold, 632 euros, tax included, 18 karat solid gold. This is actually a reproduction, and you get to choose it in different sizes. And so this one is 18 karat gold, and in 22 millimeters. Okay, so an artist by the name of Vernon made many different religious golden medallions, and this one is 18 karat solid gold, and it sold for, we don't know because there's a line through it, but it was $2,215 and 41 freaking cents. That is absolutely insane. And there we go, boys and girls. That one looks like it's in sort of crappy condition, as you can see. It's sort of mottled looking, right? And all scratched up and dinged up. And there's the marking right there on the bale. Oh, if you can't tell, there. So for me, it's like wishful thinking, hoping and praying that this is solid gold and it's not some like plated There's really no information on this. What do you think? Write in the comments below. Is this solid 9K? It did actually, I'll show you the stone. This is an hour later. Oh, let's get the stone. I'm going to reach over. And usually, like by now, everything's all faded. It happens. And you could still see there's some remnants. Now, up here is the highest gold count. And you can see some gold left over on there. I don't know. Let's zoom in better. This is 14K. I think this was 10K. Yes, and this was 9K and 9K. So we know it's got some kind of 9-carat gold on here. You can see the scratches. By the way, yeah, you can actually see my scratches. There we go. Look at that. You can still see my scratches on the 12K. I mean the 10K, sorry. And you can still see my scratch on the 14K. There it is. Look, it hasn't disappeared. So what the heck do we have here? Write in the comments below. I'm really, really curious. Again, oh, let's get that marking. Can we get in there with those markings? Oh, let's move this bale out of the way. What do you think in the comments below? Is this real gold or is it Memorex? All right, I'm waiting for all your replies. And yeah, so stay tuned for the next unboxing. Hopefully, we'll actually really hit the jackpot and we'll get something really good, boys and girls.